got their video. Let's get into it, man, right away. I'm not even gonna wait. We have week 18, the final week of the NFL season, and every single game is being played the same day, which is really cool. Let me kick on this little light right here real quick because I'm looking a little dark. There we go. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. All that Sunday, no buys. It's all coming down to this. All coming down to this. So before we even get into these predictions, let's look at these playoff pictures and then some of the playoff scenarios or teams to get in or teams to get out. I had to grab a post-it note real quick just to try and keep take some notes on these situations. So right now we have the Ravens. They have a first round bye. I'm pretty sure they clinched that bye. Yeah, no one can get them. And Niners also clinched that. So right now I'm going to say Ravens and Niners are going to rest their starters both games. So give me the Rams. Give me the Steelers. I think all their starters resting. I don't expect a single one of their main guys to be playing, which might end up being bad news for the Seahawks. I think we need the Rams to lose, but we'll see what happens here. And then these right now are your matchups. In the AFC, you have Colts versus Dolphins, Bills versus Chiefs, Browns versus Jags. On the NFC, Packers, Cowboys, Rams, Lions, Eagles, Bucks. Okay. First, we're going to start with the AFC. Yeah, Baltimore, they've clinched it there. Jacksonville at 4 is the only one. Buffalo, Indianapolis also haven't clinched. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, have they? They haven't even clinched playoffs. Because Houston can knock out either. Yeah, because Jacksonville, Indianapolis, Houston are all 9-7-0. That's right. And then Buffalo. Let's get into the scenarios. Miami can clinch the AFC East Division title with a win or a tie. But Chubb's going to be out. Is Tua going to be playing? Hold on, let me look up the Tua injury news real quick. Obviously, I'm recording this Wednesday night, so things might change in the interim. It says they're not worried about his shoulder. He practiced through it, played through it. Okay, so Tua might play. They've clinched the playoffs. Jacksonville can clinch the AFC South Division title if they win. Or Indianapolis, Houston ends in a tie. Oh wow, so Indianapolis, Houston are playing each other. So this is to decide who gets in. That's actually crazy. Because Jacksonville can clinch a playoff berth if they tie and Pittsburgh loses. Or Pittsburgh loses and Denver loses or dies. I don't think they're going to die. So, I think Jacksonville has to win, I think, to be in. Buffalo has to win to clinch the AFC East. Miami has to win to clinch the AFC East. So if Miami and Buffalo both win, who wins the AFC East? Miami's 11-5 and oh, they're playing Buffalo. That's why. Okay. Right, Buffalo can clinch a playoff berth if they tie. Not gonna happen. Pittsburgh loses or dies. Jacksonville loses or dies. Houston, Indianapolis ends in a tie. So they need Jacksonville to lose and Pittsburgh to lose. Or Pittsburgh to lose. To get into the playoffs. Jacksonville's playing the Titans. I don't know if they're gonna lose. Indianapolis can clinch the AFC South Division title if they win and Jacksonville loses or ties, or if they tie and Jacksonville loses. So if Indianapolis wins and Jacksonville loses, they are in. Jacksonville's into the playoffs if they win. Houston needs to let them win and Jacksonville loses to get to the AFC South. But if they win, oh wow. So they have to win, and Jacksonville has to lose, and Pittsburgh has to lose for Houston to get in. Why is theirs so much harder? Jacksonville is ahead of Indianapolis and Houston, the AFC South, based on head-to-head record. Indianapolis is ahead of Houston, the AFC South, based on head-to-head. Indianapolis ahead of Pittsburgh, based on head-to-head. Okay, so that's why. Pittsburgh needs them to win and Buffalo to lose. Or them to win and Jacksonville to lose. Or them to win and Houston, Indianapolis to end in a tie. Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna look up Trevor Lawrence. Is he gonna play? He is day to day because he missed his last start. I don't think we're gonna get any updates. The situation Jacksonville is in right now, I have to assume Trevor Lawrence is going to play. So let's go back to the AFC here. Jets, Patriots. This game does not matter whatsoever. Give me the Jets. Bills, Dolphins. This is a huge game. Because they have to win. They clinch the title. Buffalo has to win to get the title. But there's still... Buffalo still is a path to the playoffs even if they lose, it looks like. Just that game, that Miami game last week, I had to write down my predictions. I have the Jets winning. I have such little faith in Miami right now. Tua's probably gonna play. This is such a tough one to decide. The Bills they're kind of on a heater right now. The Dolphins are kind of lagging at the moment. I mean, the thing about that Miami offense is it can get hot at any moment, and when it gets hot, it is going. But Buffalo right now is in such a good spot. Josh Allen's ball security has been better. I usually don't do this, but I'm going to see the line on this game. I have to see the line on this game to see where the Buffalo is a 3-point favorite. Pretty much across the board, Buffalo is a 3-point favorite. Wow. I was gonna go Buffalo anyway, but I'm gonna go Buffalo there. This is gonna be a huge game. Buffalo. I already penciled in the Steelers there. I just think the Ravens are gonna be sitting everybody. Their offensive starters are gonna sit. Their defensive starters are gonna sit. They are not risking any injuries with this amazing run that they have been on. So, I think just because of them sitting, the Steelers will win. Now Browns, Bengals, are the Browns in? They've clinched the playoffs. They've clinched the playoffs, and they can't. Can they improve their position. Right now they're 11-5. That's fifth. Fourth is 9. 9-7. 11. I think they get the Jaguars no matter what. I'm not good at this stuff here. The matchups, I'm not good at that. I think no matter what, they get the Jaguars here. So I think that the Browns are probably going to be resting dudes. I'm going to take the Bengals there. I think the Browns are going to be... I don't think Flacco is going to play. I do mention a lot of their defensive stars, just like the Ravens. Now Texans, Colts. This one is for all the marbles right here. Texans, Colts. This is tricky because Houston, they have a better quarterback. I think they have a couple better weapons. I think overall their team is... I mean, Colts have surprised me this year, but I feel like the Texans have had lower lows than the Colts. But I think the Colts have one of the best head coaches in the entire league, and in a game like this, I feel like head coaching is going to make all the difference, and for as much as I like CJ Stroud, he's still a rookie. The lights are going to be so bright in this game. I'm going to take the Colts. And I think the Jaguars will win here. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to play. I think that, I think they'll beat the Titans. I have no faith in the Titans right now at all. Chiefs, Chargers. Give me the Chiefs. I think they're going to be not playing at 100% either. But the Chargers are just so pathetic. And I think the Chiefs are going to want a little bit of momentum going into the playoffs because they've kind of been struggling a bit. And I think for them kind of getting their mojo back a little bit here, kind of like a boxer fighting a tune-up fight 6 months before a title fight. I think that'll be important for them. And Broncos, Raiders. I'll take the Raiders. I liked what I saw from them last week. Even though they didn't win. Okay. NFC. So let's go back here. We're going to flip over to the NFC. So the Niners are on a first round bye. I've already said I think they're going to lose just because they're resting guys. Currently the Packers are playing the Cowboys, the Rams, the Lions, and the Eagles, Bucks. So Seattle's on the bubble. We're playing the Cardinals. I'm just giving you fair warning. I'm writing these predictions to get us into the playoffs. So Seattle can clinch a playoff berth. They need to win, and Green Bay needs to lose. Okay, now Detroit has already clinched their division. So Detroit is going to be resting all of their starters, probably. But, oh no, excuse me, they're playing the Bears. My apologies. The Packers are going to, yeah, right, or no, Rams, Lions. I don't know why I thought the Packers were playing the Lions. They're playing the Bears. Now, they're in Lambeau. This is going to be my copium right here. Justin Fields, knowing that this is the last game of the season, and they're going into an off-season where the Bears have the number 1 pick, he wants to make the decision as difficult as possible for the general manager, and he wants to prove to him that they do not need to draft a new quarterback in Caleb Williams, and he's going to ball out against this Packers team. Do I think this is going to happen? No, this is pure copium. Jordan Love looks amazing. This Packers team is rolling. I think they're going to win. But I need this to happen for the Seattle Seahawks to make the playoffs, and that's what I want to have happen. So, I'm making those predictions right there. Let's go back to the board. Dallas can clinch the NFC East Division title if they win, or if Philly loses. Tampa Bay can clinch the NFC South title if they win. Tampa Bay can clinch a playoff berth if they tie, plus a Seattle loss, plus a Green Bay loss or tie. Philadelphia can clinch the NFC East Division title. They need to win, and Dallas needs to lose or tie. Green Bay can clinch a playoff berth if they win, or Minnesota loses, plus Seahawks lose, plus Tampa Bay lose. So Green Bay needs to win to get in the playoffs, pretty much. Seattle needs to win, and Green Bay needs to lose or die for them to get in the playoffs. New Orleans gets the NFC South Division title if they win, and Tampa Bay loses or dies. New Orleans clinches a playoff berth if they win. If Seattle loses or dies, and if Green Bay loses or dies. Minnesota gets the playoffs if they win. Green Bay loses, Seattle loses, Tampa Bay loses. And Atlanta can clinch the NFC South Division title if they win and Tampa Bay loses. So we have a lot of situations here. So Buccaneers, Panthers. I think the Bucs win that pretty easily. The Panthers, I do not think are going to get 3 wins this year. I said it. Cowboys, Commanders. That's not looking good for Washington, I'll tell you that right now. Give me the Cowboys. They're going to want that division title. The Eagles, they're so bad right now. I'm not confident in them beating anybody in the playoffs, but I think going into the playoffs, they'll probably win this. The Lions, I think the Lions are going to be resting everybody. I just think they are. Because they've locked up the division, they've locked up the playoffs, they have no reason to risk it. I think the Vikings win that just because the Lions are not going to be playing anybody. Bears, like I already said, that's my copium pick. Please, Justin Fields, ball out. Falcons, Saints, I think the Saints are going to take that one. And Seahawks beating the Cardinals, even though Arizona is like the graveyard of Seattle's playoff hopes and dreams for so many years now. And finally, if the Rams beating the Niners again, just because the Niners are not going to risk anybody getting hurt, especially because Christian McCaffrey just had that calf issue. So, with those predictions, this is what can I look at if I go next? Yeah, so with those predictions, this is what my playoff picture looks like. The AFC playoffs have the Browns versus the Jaguars, the Dolphins versus the Chiefs, and the Colts versus the Bills. And if my predictions are correct in the NFC, I have the Eagles versus the Buccaneers, the Rams versus the Lions, and the Seahawks versus the Cowboys in the wild card round. Which, honestly, I'd rather play the Cowboys than the Lions, which I think is what would have happened if Seattle won last week. Like, I'd rather this game than this game. This is going to be an interesting game. I'm not going to do predictions for these because these probably will not be the actual matchups, but for this final day of the NFL season, my predictions are the Jets beating the Patriots, the Bills beating the Dolphins, the Steelers beating the Ravens, the Bengals beating the Browns, the Colts beating the Texans, Jaguars beating the Titans, the Chiefs beating the Chargers, and the Raiders beating the Broncos. For the NFC, I have all away teams but one winning, the Buccaneers beating the Panthers, Dallas beating Washington, the Eagles beating the Giants, Vikings over the Lions, Bears over the Packers, Saints beating the Falcons, Seahawks beating the Cardinals, and the Rams beating the 49ers. So there they are. There are my predictions for the very final season, very final week of this NFL season. Hopefully this isn't the final season of the NFL. I don't anticipate it being so. Thank you guys so much for watching each and every one of these prediction videos so far this season. For these week to weeks, obviously we still have the playoff predictions coming up. But all these videos have been so great. The feedback I've got on these this year from my channel has been fantastic, and these videos play no small part in that. So if you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this almost every single day. And until next time, guys.